Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lovers Society with me, Gert Retief. Tonight we are looking at the Black Bull 12-year-old. It is a deluxe blended Scotch, not my words. That's what they say on the bottle. Bottled at 50% ABV. 12 years old, matured in refill ex-bourbon American oak casks. And they finish it off in ex-Oloroso European sherry butts, produced by the Black Bull Distillery. It's a blend between 50% pot still grain, and then they also have a 50% column still in this blend. So price-wise, when I looked online this evening, it was still available for 40 euros. I think that's quite a reasonable price, even at that high strength. So nose-wise, I'm going to start off. I poured this one about 15-20 minutes ago. Nice golden color. I'm not going to drink a lot of this at 50% ABV, but I'm just going to give it a small try just to see what the nosing and tasting that I get. And of course at 50% I'm going to add a little bit of water. So on the nose of the Black Bull 12-year-old blended Scotch without water, cheers. That is really nice. It's got the nice light fruity flavors and notes coming out. And there's also something that I asked my son about, giving him an opportunity to give it a nose and a taste. And the first thing that he also got on this one is a little bit of an apple juice. Not fresh apple juice, but those fake apple juices that you get, the clear apple juice. So that's quite prominent on this one. So 50%. I was expecting a lot more alcohol on the nose. I don't get that. Even if I do a little bit of agitation, it does not present itself as a 50% ABV. Also get a little bit of a woody note and something like an old wooden cask. Only 12 years old, but I do get that oakiness out of that cask, and it seems like it can be a little bit older than the 12 years old. So this youngest whiskey in this one is 12, but it might be that there is some older whiskies in the cask as well. Not this very sweet one. I was a little bit surprised, but for me there's not a lot of sweetness on it. Also get a hint of some dried fruits coming out. So on the taste wise, I'm just going to give it a small sip and then I'm going to add some water. So on the taste, cheers. Wow, this is really nice. Now I expected a lot from the alcohol. It does definitely not taste like a 50% ABV. I do get that hotness, that warmth, but it's not a spicy warmth. It's just a nice sweet warmth that just takes over your whole mouth. So quite pleasant. So sweetness is much sweeter than the nose. I get a big toffee note on it. Something like a toffee that covered with some chocolate. And funny thing, my son had an online stream 2 days ago, and he did a review of all the Belgium snacks. And one of the snacks that he pulled out was a toffee covered with chocolate. And this reminds me quite similar to that. I really enjoyed that toffee. Absolutely nice. That apple note, I do still get that apple note on the nose. And I do get that apple note on the taste. So water-wise, I'm not going to add a lot of water. I just brought a little bit of fresh, clean water. So on this one, I'm just going to add in maybe a little bit more, maybe about 1.5 teaspoons. It's quite a lot still left on the glass. Give it a little bit of a unhealthy shaky, just to get those things to start talking to each other. And on the nose with a little bit of water. Remember, a little bit at a time. This is 50%, so it can take quite a lot. But of course, you don't want to over water it. So 1.5 teaspoons of water on this much. So it's quite a decent ram, maybe 25 milliliters. And on the nose. Now, definitely a much sweeter nose coming out. Alcohol-wise, I get almost zero alcohol now with the water added. That apple notes is now for me a little bit sweeter. I get quite a lot of vanilla notes as well. A little bit of a cinnamon actually now also appearing. A little bit of a raisins, a little bit of a fig note coming out. And I suspect that is from the Oloroso sherry butts. The sweetness has definitely been elevated for me, so it's a little bit more sweeter and a hint more softer on the nose. Really, really nice. So, of course, we need to taste it as well. So, on the taste with some water added. This is absolutely fantastic. It's so much sweeter now. Creamy chocolate notes coming out. It's almost like you're drinking a little bit of a hot chocolate with some alcohol added to it. I also get more of the raisin notes. And again, that raisins for me also reminiscent of a chocolate covered raisin. I get a little bit of a fruitcake note. A nice old mature fruitcake with loads and loads of brandy on it. A little bit of oak appearing now. I don't like the oak, but in this one it's quite pleasant. Let me just give it another try. Absolutely fantastic. At 40 euros for a 12-year-old, even with the water as added now, I still get a strong alcohol taste to it. Just that warmth, the heat of the alcohol. So I suspect I can add quite a little bit more water on this one, but of course I'm not going to do it. I think for me this is perfect. Well, at the 50% it was also perfect, and I think I will be able to drink it at 50%. But I think it's up to you. You can be quite liberal with the water, but remember, teaspoon at a time, don't over water it. So if I think about the finish, it starts off with a nice sweetness. When it goes into that little chocolatey raisin notes, a little bit of the alcohol warmth, the alcohol heat coming out. When I get a little bit of an oakiness, and when it just lingers with a nice sweetness on it. So definitely something that I would recommend. I was a little bit surprised, but I should not be, because in the last 15-20 reviews that I did pick up some nice whiskey. Final thoughts, that's something definitely I would buy again. It is, I think, a good price point for a 12-year-old, and I would definitely recommend it. Something different, not just going always for the malt whiskey, the single malts. Nice to have a little bit of a variety, a little bit of a different taste, and just adjusting your taste buds to receive something that could be fantastic as this one. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe. Don't like, comment, why didn't you like it? Maybe I can improve something. And I see you next time. Almost 500. So thank you very much for all the subscribers. Cheers.